speaking about baking, let's go into your grub
Mm-hmm.
budget, right? So your food budget.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, again, 19%. This is effectively outside of your mortgage and HOA. This is your biggest
Mm-hmm.
expense here. So walk us
I
through this a little bit
know.
more.
So I think one of the main big things that we do is because we live literally behind Costco. And if any of you have a Costco membership or have parents who have Costco membership, you probably know that when you go in, you probably have to spend more than $100. So I think that's why we kind of budget like our grub a bit higher because honestly, I like to go to Costco because it's really convenient. It's right there. And then Costco has a bunch of like food that is kind of like ready to make. You can just put it in the microwave or, like heat it up and it's ready. Um, but then also, like I said, my husband and I, like, I think our love language is food. I know there's like 5 love languages. I don't know if food is included in that five. I don't think so. But it's like our love languages.
I need to take that
Is
exam or whatever it is. I honestly have no idea what the five love. Yeah, there are five languages of love. I think there's like touch or like then there. I
Yeah,
don't know if
like
food is one of them. Here,
quality time. Yeah, so
yes,
that's
is
our love
five
language.
languages of love. I will
So
Google this as well, and we'll pull that up in a second.
so yeah, our love language is food. I'm pretty sure it's not, but you can Google it. But
Yeah, I have
yeah,
it.
and like I said before, we love to eat. I think that's how we started to like kind of date. When we were dating, we love to just like we share that love for food. Like we always go out to eat. And especially like I said in Vegas, there's a bunch of like, restaurants popping up like out of nowhere and they're really good. So we want to give them a chance, support small businesses, and also feed our belly.
Yeah, no,
And
100%.
like none of us really like to cook, so
Yeah, I do tend to agree with a lot of what you just said. And just for the record, I
yeah.
pulled up the five love languages that I'm pretty sure these are the legit ones according to this random
Yeah.
website from Google. But yeah, words of
Hmm.
affirmation, physical touch, receiving gifts, quality of time, and acts of service. But I would argue that food can be probably under the
All
quality
five of
time.
them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it really it can play into all of these things. You can gift food, you can spend quality time around food,
Yeah.
you can speak positive words of affirmation to your food. You have great
Hmm.
conversations. So no, so yeah, I'll pull that back out. But yeah, and when it comes to Costco, Costco's a
Hmm.
interesting dynamic, right? Because like you're buying in bulk, and you think
Hmm.
you're getting a good deal because you're getting like 70 of these things that if you went to like a random, again, whether it be Safeway, Publix, or Walmart, you could probably
Hmm.
buy like a third of those. But, yeah, you have to make sure you can work through that as well. He said,
Yeah.
yeah, number six. Yeah, food is a sixth
A
one. That's
sixth love
a
language.
sixth love
Yeah.
language. A sixth love language. Yeah, and I mean, again, I fall into the category of I do tend to overspend with on Costco stuff, but it's just like I just don't want to. It's like an efficiency conversation there too. Like I don't want to keep going to the grocery store every week if I can just buy it
Yeah.
for the month
Hmm.
and then just put it, have it in
Yeah.
the freezer. But again, you have to be
Yeah.
able to have that mindset of like, okay, you're gonna pace yourself through all that stuff because I've had stuff expire too, which is like not a good thing too.
I
So
know.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, and of course Vegas and food eating out is kind of intense, especially because
Hmm.
you're in a market where people are flying to Vegas to spend money. And you have
Hmm.
high rollers that are going to seek out like premium food experiences. And so, depending
Hmm.
on like, are there any specific restaurants that are like your favorites, but it's like like I would say like a guilty pleasure restaurant that's like, okay, let's celebrate. Is there one of those when I come to Vegas next? Is this going to be a
Mm.
spot? That's really why I'm asking
Honestly,
this. Yeah.
I know. Honestly, because well, I guess we can call ourselves local now because we've been here like for 2 years, but we rarely go to the strip
Mm,
because one, like the strip is for tourists, I guess. Even though we used to be one, but it's so expensive, and if you just drive like 10 minutes away from the strip, you can find so many other restaurants that are, a bit cheaper, obviously, or way cheaper and still really good. So I think one of the things that is like our guilty pleasures is all you can eat sushi places. There's a bunch of them here.
mm.
Korean barbecue places. There's a bunch of new ones popping up. Like they kind of mixing Korean barbecue and like hot pot. Like I don't know if I can eat both on the same night, but there's a bunch of those as well around here. So like I think anytime we feel kind of like we're bored and we want to go somewhere, we either go to sushi or Korean barbecue. Those are like our two spots.
Yeah, I'd say really quick, mixing Korean barbecue and hot pot is actually brilliant.
It is,
Like,
but I mean, it's too much, don't you think?
it's so much, but it's the same concept. Just one is just you're grilling it, the other one is you're just boiling it, right? So in theory, it's just like it's very similar. But yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, it's just like to be able to have the option is actually really kind of cool, and I'm very envious of
I
that option. It's very
Well,
cool.
whenever you stop by to Vegas, you should check it out. There's a
You'll
couple
be
places there.
yeah, you'll be one of the first people I'll be asking for recommendations of like
Yeah.
specifically that spot. We have a comment from John. Mom and pop restaurants are normally the best, and that is 100%
Oh
100%
yeah,
true.
a bunch of the Korean barbecues that we go to are like one of those mom and pop kind of like random looking restaurants from outside, where the inside is really good. And the service is also really good because they care about us.
I'll say that Vegas is also notorious for like stuff that looks kind of sketchy on the outside, but is really cool on the inside.
Yeah.
I've definitely, and there are also a whole bunch of things in Vegas that are like secret that you don't like aren't advertised, people don't talk about it, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
there aren't any signs for a place to eat or what have you. And it's just you have to kind of
Mm-hmm.
know about it. And one of my favorites that isn't a so secret of the strip at least is there's like and we'll say this and move on, but there's a pizza spot. I think it's in the Cosmopolitan, and I'm
I
pretty sure I'm pretty like confident
forgot. I know where it is.
I'm pretty sure it's in the Cosmo, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
down this unassuming hall. And if the door is closed to the pizza spot, you can't even see it. It looks like a
Mm-hmm.
service entrance, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a full-on pizza. Like you'll walk down this random floor of the Cosmo, and you're just like, I smell some pizza. Like, where is this pizza coming from? And then it's just like this random
Yeah.
hallway.
I think I know why it's a secret, because like usually if you're like off age, you go out, and then pizza is like the one food that you really want to like, eat.
Yeah,
And then it's a secret pizza because you kind of like forget where it is.
yeah. You indulge. Oh, that's
But
funny. That's funny. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've been there too, like once or twice, before, when we used to live in California. But I,
Yeah.
I know where it is, and I'm pretty sure you're right. I think it's in the Cosmo.
I think it's in the Cosmo. I think it's in the Cosmo. But
Hmm.
yeah, so thanks for indulging me with that food experience in Vegas. I just, as you can tell, I miss Vegas. I used to go every year for conferences and stuff. So thanks
Yeah.
COVID, right? Um, but so I also want to touch on the savings and